My name is Forensic, Eric JT Forensic, and I'm here to teach you how to draft. Today we're going to talk about a development of a transition. Now, I'm using AutoCAD to create this drawing, but you can also do it using manual hand drafting. I'm going to be putting it on a piece of paper 18 inches wide by 12 inches tall, half-inch border with your title box in the corner. Now, what you see here is the finished product. Believe it or not, there's only a couple dimensions you will need to create this. You're going to be starting off with a box 3 inches by 4 inches with a 2.5 inch circle in it. Then the height of 2.5 inches is all you're going to need. So basically, 4 dimensions, and you can create this drawing, believe it or not. I have a template set up over here to show you the process. So what you're going to do is start off with your 3 by 4 rectangle. This line, this line, this line, and this line. Make them a different color for a second so they jump off the page. Right, okay. So 3 by 4 box. And then this circle right here is 2.5 inches. It's right in the middle, so 2 inches to the center point, and it's right up against the wall. Okay, so it's centered in this direction. Sorry about that. 2 and 2. But it's not centered left and right. It's pushed off towards the right. After you created that, you want to get these points in the middle here. How do you do that? Well, if you start from the center and go towards the west direction, and then you rotate that line, (22.5 degrees, you're going to get to point 2. And if you rotate it again, you're going to get to point 3. (22.5 degrees. All right, and then 22.5 again. Using AutoCAD, I'm going to mirror it over, the same process, 22.5 degrees that way. So all these points are 22.5 degrees away from each other. Put your compass, your protractor in the middle here and project the lines to the edge of the circle. I'm going to erase these for a second. So that's not what's the next step. So far, what you had is the box with the circle, and you divide it up into those equal points. After you have those, you're going to project down to here. So this lines up right here. This lines up with this edge. And the height, like I said before, is 2.5. You're not going to have all these numbers yet, so I don't want to confuse you, so I'll move those out of the way. You will have a line 2.5. This line projected down, that side projected down, and the point right here on the circle, that projects down. Then you connect these points, and that's your object. That's your side profile. Then after you have that completed, you could project from point 1 straight down to the top. And you see that already matched up. I did that before. Then you go point 2, point 3 straight down, point 4 straight down, point 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 is right up against the wall. So once you have those points up there, you go from the corner here to that point. Then this is 3, 4, 5, and then we start from here. And it's 5 again, actually. 6, 7, 8. And then 9 is straight up and down. If I went too fast, you can always rewind the video. It's going to be a long video, so I'm trying to keep it as short as possible. But there you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 twice, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 goes in both directions. Now you put a line that is 2.5 inch tall, dotted line right there. We're going to build the triangle like we see right here. How do we do that? We get the numbers. Oh, I didn't do this yet. I'm sorry. So you go from 1 to the corner, 2 to the corner, 3 to the corner, 4 to the corner, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. This goes here. This goes from north to the corner and from north to that corner. Match properties. Dotted lines and get rid of these. Make those all dotted lines. Okay. So to create these triangles on the side, what you do is this line that's from O, you see the O right there? Match up the O with the O to 1. So I'm going to take the length of this line. Now, I'm using AutoCAD, but the way you would do this is put your divider from O to the 1 up there. Use your dividers to find that length. You could definitely use a scale, but a divider is going to be more accurate and easier to use. So you put your divider from O to 1. I'm going to do it a little bit different because I'm using AutoCAD. So I'm going to ask my friend Al to help me. Al is going to help me go from here, bring it to the end of that line, and then this is just going to rest on that yellow line there. I don't know if you see it, but it's going to make it nice and flat. All I wanted to do was take the same length. This line is 2 inches long. Guess what? This line is also 2 inches long. All I did was rotate it flat on the line. So what I could do now is go from the end of the line up to the O, and I can erase that one, and guess what? That is point 1. So we got to do them for all of them. So I'm going to go a little bit faster maybe. I'm going to move this over, X Al to help me again. From the end over on the yellow line. Then once I have that laid down, I go up to the top. And there's point 2. Point 3. This from O to 3. So I'm copying that line. Ask my friend Al to help again. Then go from the end of that up to the top. 4. Remember, use your dividers to do this. You see this one falls right in between 2 and 3. So people are like, well, how come they're out of order? It's not that they're out of order, it's the length of them right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the order I went. But it just so happens that 4 is longer than 3. So that's all that is. You'll see what happens at the end of it. So you do that with 5. I'll do the last one. Use your dividers, lay it flat on the line, and then reach up from the end of the line to the top of the pyramid, and there's 0.5. So now we're going to do the V's, and guess what? 5 happens twice. So I'm going to copy this 5. Go from there to there. So that's the 5V. The other one was the 5O. What I'm going to do is just copy the one I had completed before. If you have questions, it's the same process that you just saw. So just to shorten up the video a little bit. Oops. There you go. Then to finish it, I could draw a line flat there. And just to show you I'm on the same page, this line that I just drew from 9, from there to 9 is 2 inches long. And guess what? From here to 9, 2 inches long. So we started off with the box, the circle. We dropped it down. We made the side view. We divided the circle up into 22.5 degrees to get points 1 through 9. We dropped points 1 through 9 to the top here. Then we brought them all down. Then we started to create these triangles using these lengths across here. And we created these 2 triangles. All right. So now the 2 triangles and the distances between these numbers along here is what we're going to need to complete the product. We need the length right here first, the length along A. And all I'm going to do is rotate this here, and that's going to start the whole project off. So the next point is from 1 to there. So where is that? That's this one right here. So I'm going to copy this and put it at each end of the line. After I have that, what I could do is draw a circle from there to there, from there to the end of the line, and where they cross, that's where I form my triangle. So basically, I just took this line and rotated it to that point. I didn't know where that was until I saw where these 2 circles intersected. So now that they are, I can get rid of these points, and that's that first triangle you see here. Now to get to the next point, I need to know how far it is from here to number 2, from the center of 1 to this point then 2. You can again use your dividers to figure that out. I'm going to move that over here, and then I have to do point 2. So I'm going to take point 2, the point 2 line from this triangle. And again, I'm using AutoCAD, but you're going to use dividers. I move it to the end there. and then I draw a circle, and where they intersected, these two circles intersected, I'm going to draw my next line. And this line is 3 inches, and guess how long this line is? 3 inches. I just rotated it there. I wouldn't know where that was until I found the intersection of those two circles. So to keep track of what's going on, let's put a 1 there, and let's put the 2 there. All right, I don't want to erase it, I just want to copy it. 1 there, and I put my 2 there. And now I can move this blue circle to the end of line 2. It's going to be the same circle. All the distances from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, that's all the same distances. So once I know that, I can just keep copying it. So now I'm going to take line 3. 3. And I'll put line 3 here. Start it from the end and draw it out. Again, use your dividers. Doesn't matter about the angle. What it matters is how long that line is. And it matters where they collide, you know, and it's going to happen naturally. Trust the process and it works for you. Move the circle to this end here. I'll move this 3 here. I get rid of that. 4. Where they collide is what we needed. And 5. So you draw from you put your needle there, you bring the end of your compass to the end of 5. Where they cross is what we need. Al can even help me here. He's a good friend. All right. All right, so we got this part complete. And now we have to move to another triangle. People always ask, well, what's the angle from here to here? From this line to this line? It's not the way you do it. So then how do we do it? What we do is we need the length of C. So this is the length of C. See the C right there. Use the letters and numbers to keep you on track where you're at. So for now, I could just put it straight out like that. And draw my circle to the end of it. And then I need the 5, the new 5. All right, I want to redo that part, so here you go. The line from C is this length right here. So that can go here. I'm going to rotate it a little bit to help us out, show you. You know, it's somewhere over here. We don't know where it is exactly, but let's help it out a little bit. And then copy the line from 5 on the second triangle. Not this 5, the second 5 over here. And you put it at the end of that 5. And then you rotate it, try to get it in the right spot. But you would sit there for a long time trying to figure it out. So that's why we use these circles. So if I start a circle from the edge of 5 to that end, and from the center here to here, now we know where they cross is where we want to be. We didn't change the length of the line. We just put it in the right direction. And that's what these circles help us do. Now the next one is 6. We put the 6 here, and now we have to bring back this little circle. Remember where that came from? That was from here. So that fits along any one of these points. And it touches the guys next to it. There you go. Six, 7. Yes, this is a tedious project. And yes, even more tedious by hand. My apologies. We all have to do it. Move this blue one over here from the center to the end of the line. Move the 7. We're almost done. We're almost done. Number 8. And hit the point. There you go. Of course, the more accurate you draw this, the better the results when you're folding up your development model. Any little mistake, unfortunately, can set you in a bad direction, and it can happen fast. So it's something you want to take your time with to get the best results. We started off with just a couple of dimensions in the beginning. The 3, the 4, the 2.5 circle, and the 2.5. This is a formula. You could change this for whatever numbers you need. This is to make a transition from a rectangle to a circle. So you could change any one of these numbers and the formula will still work. That's what's really fun about these. All right, so we got the 9. So what do we have left? Well, we have half of it. I'm gonna just mirror the other half. You're gonna have to go through the process to do the other half by hand. We just need this last piece off of here. So we need half of the E. I'll just put this back. I erased that by accident. Half of the E. So that's half of this, which is 2 inches. So I'm going to set that right there. And then this is where it's going to come together. So guess what? That's the 2.5 line right here. So if you put that point there, what do we do now? We draw circles from here and from here. And where the 2 of them crossed, we put a line from there to where they intersect and then to there. I can erase my 2 circles. And guess what? If you did this right, you got 89.9. No, you should get 90. Uh-oh. But yeah, that should be 90. It's getting late. See, that's 90 perfectly. And I didn't draw that by myself before 90. It just naturally happened. So like I was saying, a little goof here or there is gonna throw you off. I'm not sure where I made it. I did catch something over here before. That's 7. That little goof up, that doesn't seem like much. It all starts to add up. 89.9 is not bad, but it's not perfect. Okay. With all that being said, we could still, the process is the same. The more accurate you are, the cleaner the results. I just mirrored it all over to the other side. I'm going to turn the numbers off so they're not in my way. So what you did was create, I always think it looks like the Statue of Liberty, but what you create is all these points. Now you're going to use a French curve or some other tool to touch all these points. It's not one clean arc. You cannot use a compass. So use a French curve or some kind of other instrument that can touch all them. With AutoCAD, I'm going to be using the spline command to touch all these points we created. Enter, enter. And I messed that one up. Sorry. And that's it. That's what you're looking to do. If you didn't already, please hit subscribe. Please tell your friends about this. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them. If there's any videos you would like me to produce, please tell me, or if you have questions, I'd love to answer them. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.